Good morning, happy Friday, and welcome back to the NOFO Live Show, where I, Sunita, along with my co-host Tracy, we hop on every Friday and talk about all things North Fork. I hope you guys missed us. I don't know if you did. I was away on vacation last week to San Francisco, and I have been to California before, but I've been to like Southern California, I guess, to Orange County and San Diego. So San Francisco was a totally different vibe, and it was beautiful. I mean, it was still cold. I guess it's not quite winter there, but that was amazing. And Tracy is also traveling to sunny Florida, so hopefully she will be able to join us from there and say hello. Good morning, Tracy. How are you? On cue, you show up with your vacation vibes.
Yes. Wait, I didn't realize that you had never been to San Francisco before.
I mean, actually, I take it back. I did go to San Francisco for a day, but it was like 30 years ago to visit friends on my way to Orange County.
Okay.
So the trip that I remember is Orange County and less of San Francisco. I mean, we saw the bridge,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
had dinner with friends and left. So I didn't see the city.
Yeah.
But this time, it was sort of a girlfriend trip, and a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, lives in Half Moon Bay, right on the water. So every
hmm
time I post sunset photos, she talked about her walks, on the beach. So for a couple of years, we've been talking about like experiencing each other's vibe. So this time I was able to go and, dip in the Pacific Ocean, which was beautiful. I
Did
mean,
you
cold,
actually
windy, and all.
dip? You
Oh,
did
of
dip?
course, of course,
Oh,
of
good.
course. I mean,
Good.
the interesting part about being a polar bear, I
Yeah.
put it in quotes because I'm not
No, yeah.
as religious as some of the others. Your body gets used to what cold is, and it was cool and it was refreshing, but I certainly didn't want to run right out. So there's
That's
that.
good.
Yeah, it
That's
was great.
good.
It was
Your
great.
body's
Although,
adjusting.
although my friend who lives there was like, we have riptides and we have this. So she was
Yeah.
overly cautious. So I really only went in the shallow, but I did put my entire body in.
Good.
How about you? How's the Florida water?
Great. Well, we've been actually a lot at the pool because Tilly's really enjoying like testing her waters, literally. And we keep asking her, like, do you want to go to the beach today? You want to go to the pool? But she wants to keep going to the pool.
Good
So,
morning,
hi,
ladies. We're total party mode today. We're both in vacation mode in our brains, and now here you are with the party, so jump right in. How are
ladies.
you? Good morning.
Wait,
Why don't we
I'm just going to tell you to get a little bit closer so we can see you
Yes,
both.
your face
Yay.
is smushed. There you go. There you
There you go.
go. Okay. Well, on the replay, it'll show better, but just sit a little closer
Yeah.
because your faces are being cut off. Yeah, that's how it works
Yeah.
with the phone. Anyway, let's jump in and introduce who you are, and let's talk about your new venture.
If I put this sideways, is it going to mess up the live?
Yes. What
Yes.
you can do is just turn the phone towards you a little when you speak, and then turn the phone a little towards Kathy. That works.
So, my name is Amanda Giuliano, and this is my business partner, Kathy. And we own Party Animal, North Fork, that is right here in Featherhill Village in Southold. And we are a curated party store that has the cutest stuff ever, super trendy. And we're right behind where Taps and Corks is on the backside of Eastern Holistic. And we're open 7 days a week. We have a website, partyanimalnorthfork.com. You can see our hours on there. It's also pinned on our Instagram profile as well. You can also email us. We do custom balloon arches. You can get regular helium balloons. We have the cutest themes, and maybe a little bit later we'll like walk you around the party shop. But
What? I have a question. I'm just going to dive right in, Amanda.
go ahead.
So, on your website, is it truly up to date in terms of inventory? Like we can go in and place our order and know that you have what we're looking for?
Yep. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yep. And it's you can do pickup too. We can deliver. I would say just for delivery, call us regardless, because Nicole Sinning, who's my girlfriend who's been helping us, she's trying to get like the delivery stuff picked, like, set up to make sure it's
Yeah.
like right.
Yeah.
But you can always just place the order and then just call us, and then we can coordinate delivery over the phone. So, and then obviously if there's any kinks, we'll call you. but the order pops right through our Shopify system. So it's really easy, and inventory is live. So that's great. And so, if you're coming out here and you don't live here, but you have a party and maybe you're staying at an Airbnb or maybe just your own home, you can actually order stuff online and we can actually deliver it to your space versus you having to buy it all and then schlep it out, especially if like you have an event like, like
Yeah.
a bachelorette.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay, I want to go back to the beginning. Speaking of cute, the two of you are the cutest pair together. I mean, it's just you guys both smile, huge smiles all the time. So let's go back to the beginning and talk about how you guys met and how this collaboration began. Because to me, that is like the whole essence of North Fork living.
Well, I'm going to give a shout out to 𝗔𝗺𝗊𝗚 because she sent me to Web, and that is where I met Amanda. And we hit it off. We actually veered off from the group and spoke for like, what, 45 minutes?
I think an hour.
We were
Yeah.
talking
Well, I remember when you came, I think you had mentioned you were looking for a job or something. I don't recall exactly, because when we meet, and we've talked about Web so many times, it's a women in entrepreneurial business group where we have like sort of a sharing circle, if you will, where everybody goes around the room and talks about what they're doing or plugs what's coming in. So tell us what exactly you said that day that led you to connect with Amanda.
Well, she actually, during the introductions, when it was my turn, I spoke. She was like, we need to talk later. So I said, okay. So I spoke with a couple other people, and then I saw she was free, so I wandered over and I pulled her to the side, and we just spoke for like 45 minutes to an hour, speaking about my history in interior design and my experience. And she was very interested in one of the computer programs that I use to render out drawings, and that really sparked an interest in her hiring me over at Nicolette's, and it just built from there. We hit it off.
Yeah, she does Chief, a different camera program than I use, and I loved everything that she said. And I just literally, I think the week before, had just gotten the notice from my assistant that she was going to be leaving, who I love dearly to this day. And she was with me for like 4 years. So that was like
Divine
earth.
timing. It was divine timing.
Yeah.
Yes, and it really was. So we have to obviously thank Melinda and then Little Fish NOFO, because
Yes.
it was at your location.
Oh.
Then we just BSing in the office like just so many times.
Wait, so go back. You say office.
So you guys work together at Nicolette's.
Okay.
Okay.
So just real quick, Amanda, what do you do at Nicolette's?
I'm the principal designer, studio manager, buyer, therapist, financial advisor.
Hi, Tilly.
On vacation till he gets to be on the show, just to say hi, right?
I'm so happy. I wish Ralphie was here for you.
Oh, she can't hear you though, Amanda, because you're in my ears.
Okay.
But I'll tell her later.
So yeah. So I, styling everything. So I do it all. I manage everything. And
So you do bathroom design, kitchen design, and sounds like, Kathy, you mentioned you have some kind of design background as well.
Oh, yes. I actually used to work for a builder out in Nassau County. Well, they do some stuff in Suffolk too, and Florida. I worked there for a number of years. We would work with homeowners. We would do all the design work. We would do all the models, all of the clubhouses. So I had a lot of construction background knowledge. And my dad was a custom carpenter. So I really had my feet in every part of it.
So perfect fit. You guys start working at Nicolette's, and now you're spending all this time together.
Yeah, we're actually in Dr. Stephanie Pisacano's old location, and I see she commented.
Yes, I see. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 Square, yes.
Yeah. So so it was kind of like an easy marriage, to be honest. And Kathy and I's personalities get along really well. We're actually 6 days apart, our birthdays, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But many years in between.
We're not going to ask.
Yeah.
We're not going to ask.
Yeah. So Nicolette's is still, obviously I still work there full time. Everybody still knows me there. But I'm here part time. Kathy's here a lot more. We have a wonderful team. We have an amazing balloon designer, Tanya. Michael, our newest hire, he's part-time. He's a gem, and he's here 4 days a week. And then Nicole is still helping us out part-time when she can.
So she
Like,
just had a
Yeah.
baby, so they're
yes, but she's our marketing guru. So,
And we get to see him,
yes,
on our meetings when she's at home. So
I keep telling her to just
it's a
bring him to
plus.
work. But she wants to spend time. You know how it is. Trying to think of what else besides that. Then obviously her husband Phil wins like the award for best helper known to
Yes.
man, because I really, without him, a lot of this would not have been possible. So we signed the lease in October, and we got in here at the beginning of November, and like just the sheer amount of like IKEA building was insane.
Oh my God.
Never want to do that again in my life. And just like everything. So it was a lot.
So obviously the whole community is such a part of your guys' journey because you met through web, then Stephanie's spot, you knew that she was leaving so you could take that spot, and everybody else that's working at the store is through community. So community is very much a part of your journey of this store.
Yeah, we both live here full time.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we're both live in Southold full time, and we're both mommies. She's a veteran mommy because she's got 3 boys. I only have 1.
Very veteran.
So, and you guys know, because you guys know me personally,
Yeah.
that when I had Ralphie, it was a really challenging time. I did not have an easy pregnancy. I did not get a baby shower, unfortunately, due to COVID.
Hey, I sat on the bottom of your stairs.
You did.
Amanda was at the top of the stairs, and I sat at the bottom of the stairs, and we had an impromptu shower.
Yep. And that's what we would just like. I remember. Yep. And then Kelly and Jimmy at NOFO, they used to bring me food like every other week, and I don't want to blame them for my 80 pounds I gained during pregnancy. I the donuts. So, and I was sad in my little apartment watching everybody from a bird's eye view. So everybody used to drive. It was really sad. And then obviously like just going back to work so soon after I had Ralphie, which was like 4 weeks, and like just that whole postpartum journey. Ralphie didn't really have a big first birthday because it was still COVID-y. And then Kathy's son was graduating, right?
Yes, my son was, my youngest son has autism, and he was supposed to be graduating that June, and, he missed out on his last, like, few months of school, which was really sad because he didn't get a chance to say goodbye to his teachers, and then we did a drive-by graduation, which was so nice. The entire staff was out there, everybody was cheering, and they did it child by child. Somebody screamed his name, and he was excited. But it was kind of sad because I didn't even get to say goodbye and thank you because they did so much to help him through the years.
Yeah.
So really sad. COVID was just a horrible time. And, we lost a couple of family members. So it was really rough. It was really rough.
Yeah. So with that being said, we just realized how precious the celebrations are. And I mean, Tracy, this is like your life, like literal life. And so like it was, and I think Tracy, wasn't that the beginning of North Fork Affair too?
Yes.
Was like,
yes.
And so
it was right before that is the year before is when we did the big farm to table dinner, and we had all the craft classes at Nicolette's and Touch Goods, and then essentially COVID was the ending of a North Fork Affair. But we did go online for a while.
But COVID also reminded everybody how important even the small sitting across the table gatherings are, right?
Yes.
And everybody created their own bubbles or whatever it took to sort of survive. But I hear you loud and clear when we really missed the joy of celebrating and all of these tools that you're providing that bring extra joy to that table.
Yeah, and we, like the biggest thing too that we have right now is like we don't know what the economy holds. Like we've already gotten 10,000 emails from our vendors telling us about price increases. Luckily, we got ahead of a lot of it with like our ordering because we kind of like saw the writing on the walls. And obviously, I'm a buyer at Nicolette's, so I know the jam. won't mean we're proof of, like, we're going to be foolproof of it for very long. But just seeing how the economy before has impacted how people celebrate and do things, we know more people are going to be having parties at home. More people are going to be investing in celebrations at home. So that being said, we like the type of stuff we carried was really important. The biggest, sorry, I'm just going to adjust that camera. The biggest being the majority of the brands we have are female-owned brands. And then there's one female veteran-owned brand that we have. And majority of the lines that we have as well are eco-conscious, are solid pearl and mirror latex balloons are 100% biodegradable latex. And we also have string options that are biodegradable. So we have like
I love that you did that. I
yeah,
love that.
yeah. And I mean, listen, it's obviously if you have a balloon and it gets away from you and you don't have a biodegradable string and it's got helium in it, it's not going to stop a whale from necessarily jumping up and just consuming it. But the fact that it can degrade in the environment is really, really important. We do not condone intentional balloon releases whatsoever. If you come in and say you're having a memorial, we're going to give you a different option. And we've partnered with Balloon Mission, which is a local, I think actually she's pretty national with her stuff because she does stuff with like NOAA and other organizations. But it is a mission that's really trying to give people like not be a damper on the party, but just give people like, this is how you properly dispose of balloons. This is like, don't do intentional releases. Like if you come across balloons when you're out like hiking or on the beach, like pick them up and like put them in the garbage. And I think just like anybody that lives out here who cares about their surroundings, the same goes for if you see a piece of garbage on the street. Like just because you can go get a plastic water bottle from 7-Eleven doesn't mean that you're just going to chuck it on the ground. Like you're going to be responsible. So we want everybody to be responsible party animals for sure.
And we want
So let's talk about if I am throwing a party and I walk into the store, what kind of items do you have available right now that someone could pick up?
we have so much packed into this little store. We have such a beautiful collection of solid plates, and those are all made of recycled paper and non-toxic coatings on everything, which is wonderful. And so if you walk through the store, you can kind of pair those with any one of our collections, which is nice. And then we have like seasonal section. We have special occasions coming up. Like we have all of our stuff out for Easter, and then people who are getting engaged. We also have a section for retirement. We have a little section for like communions, baptisms, confirmations.
We have Passover.
Yeah, we have Passover stuff.
Wow, you certainly have a lot packed into that little store.
It's laid out in such a beautiful way, and it's all curated, and you can just walk section by section, and everything in that collection is readily available for you to just pick up and grab. And if you have any questions or you're confused, we will answer any questions. We'll pull things together for you. We'll give you different options. You know, within our collections, there's varied colors. So if your child is into one color over the other, we can very easily pull that from our stock. And we have plenty of balloon colors to match. So we really can pull a beautiful party together.
And what we've noticed too is that like a lot of our customers who come in who have like unique themes, like themes that we're not gonna have, like we don't have a whole like we try to stick to the most popular like go to top 20 themes of all parties because when buying you have to like really scale it back.
Yeah.
But especially when you're like in 500 square feet.
Yeah.
But that being said, we like if someone comes in with Amazon balloons, so too often any party store you go to, if you go to the pharmacy, I don't want to call them out, but you know, if you go to the pharmacy, if you go to like any balloon store and you just want to bring your balloon in and get helium, they're going to charge you the full balloon price with helium, like equivalent of their balloon. We only charge you the helium. Like we're not here to like rip anyone off. The average latex balloon price on Long Island for like cheap poop balloons is usually about like $2 to $2.75. Ours start at $175 with helium. So, and they're high-end balloons. They're made in Turkey, I believe. So they're up to the EU standard, which, if anybody knows anything, products the EU standard is way higher than the US standard. So so the materials are different. A lot of our products have EU standards on them, and we do carry two lines. My Little Day, which is a French line, which is adorable, so and then women owned, and then 𝗂𝗎𝗄𝗏, which is an English line, which is like one of our favorite lines too.
So are you both still working at Nicolette's and running Party Animal? Oh my Lord.
I only work there 2 days a week, but I do have side design projects that I work on.
Yeah.
So, and the store. It's a lot, but you know, got to keep busy, right?
We have a good team, and they're gonna get better. And the more we get busy, like it's really just going to give us a opportunity to not necessarily have to be here all the time. But she and I are very much like, we need to know how to do everything, because like, God forbid someone's sick, God forbid like something happens, like we're the owners, like we have to be able to jump in and like take care of it. So, and you know, like being that we're both designers, this stuff comes naturally to us. Like color theory is like,
So beyond selling the supplies for the party, I know, circling back again to the web, that you guys did a gorgeous display or a balloon arch or whatever it's called, with the balloons. So are there additional party services that you plan on offering?
yes.
Okay, let's list them. Let's list them.
So we have backdrop rentals right now. We have obviously garlands and different things. Like we do delivery as well. So if anybody needs balloons, it's $10 for local Southold delivery. Greenport to Orient currently, and from Cutchogue to Laurel is $15 to do balloon deliveries. We do need advance notice. Like you can't be
Wait,
like,
when you say balloon delivery, do you mean a whole balloon setup, or do you mean just balloons?
Gotta be. Whatever it is, you just want balloons, or you want your garland or what have you delivered, we'll set up the delivery. If it's a super large order, we'll just have to like figure out that delivery, because it might take multiple trips. But this is like good stuff for like thinking of graduation, upcoming communions, baptisms, etc., because it's kind of like getting into that spring season. And then we will say for graduations, when we roll out the balloon requests for people, we are absolutely going to encourage everybody to use high float. And the reason why we say that, we have a product called Ultra High Float, and it goes in all of our latex helium balloons. You don't need it in foil balloons, but it elongates the balloons so they are floating for a week to 3 weeks. And the reason why we say this is because get your orders in advance. I talked to Mike, who used to be the party of Ewell Party Shop. So, and he was like, this is going to be like the most chaotic time for you.
Honestly, that's really important about the helium, because I remember for Tilly's second birthday, I always decorate her room while she's sleeping so that she wakes up and sees it decorated.
Yeah.
And I got balloons, and I put all these balloons in her room, and by the time she woke up, they were dead. And I was like, are you kidding me?
Did you use the pink helium thing?
No, I did not. I went to a store and got them done. I was so annoyed. Yeah, I was so annoyed.
So our latex balloons float at sea level with helium for up to 24 hours. The average is 12 to 24 hours for our helium balloons. And that's no treatment, no nothing. I did the test, and it was 33 or 36 hours 36. With floating and everything. But to play it like just a fail safe, the high float is 45 cents a balloon. And it's basically a liquid polymer that goes inside the balloon. We like smush it around. It takes about 2 hours to cure, which is why we prefer you give us a call out advance notice, because if they pop, it's a nightmare. It's like hair gel. But those balloons will last forever. And honestly, for little kids, or if you're partying, like you're having parties the whole weekend, meaning like, and again, this is like balloon responsibility, that like if you're having parties the whole weekend, like maybe like one night is family and then the next day is kids, which is what I do because it's just my brain can't handle too many things. And like you have those balloons the whole weekend and then carry them into the week, and the kids love it. Plus.
Yeah, exactly. I know a teacher who came in and she was doing, they were doing a Dr. Seuss week. And so I pulled a thing together for her with multiple colored balloons that she could tie into each color of the books. And she was able to pick up all the balloons in one day, and she used them throughout the entire week. She just mixed and matched the colors, so she didn't have to keep buying balloons. It really worked out well for her. She was so happy.
Yeah. So I know that seems like a counteractive thing to do for a balloon business, but at the same time, she and I are very, we feel very strongly about the environment. So this is kind of part of it, which is like, you don't have to come in and keep getting balloons. Just add the high float, let your balloons last the whole weekend. Whatever.
Well, and also, I mean, like the balloons I'm talking about, I'm not going to do that again because it didn't work. So having a product that actually works is going to create repeat customers.
Yes. Oh yeah. And we love when people tag us in their photos for how long their balloons are lasting. Yeah. I think Madison Fender, she used to like message me about like I think her balloons lasted like 6 weeks or something. And then we just had Alyssa Pryor, I think her football balloons like lasted for like they're still up in her daughter's rooms. So and the helium that we get, our vendor for helium, it is pure helium. And a lot of the helium that comes from like those little pink tanks that everybody gets, the reason why those balloons don't last is because it's cut helium. So
it's like watered down, aired down.
Yeah. Yeah. So that being said, and the quality of the balloon matters. Like it's a whole bunch of it's a whole bunch of stuff. We did a lot of research. I'll say that.
Well, there was one thing, since you mentioned the party store that closed, that, if you've been here a while, you know that there used to be one and it's gone. There isn't really something that you can run locally to Engat. So it's perfect that you guys are filling this niche that was desperately needed in the area.
Yeah, and again, it's we're 7 days a week. And anyone needs like an early pickup for something or like a later pickup, as long as we can do it, like we'll accommodate you. You just got to give us advance notice. Call us. You can call in balloon orders if you want. We do recommend everybody come in to like see physical latex balloons, but a lot of people also like kind of know what to expect. But we have lots of colors, and we have hilarious banners. We have like elder millennial banners. Be 40-year-olds.
Did you just call a 40-year-old elder?
Thank
Okay,
you.
just check it. Just check it.
I'm an elder millennial.
Within the millennial community, you are elder. That is what she's saying.
I'm almost 3 years away from 60.
Teen mom. Teen mom status.
Go for you for throwing it out there.
Yes. Yes. Well, it definitely sounds like, you guys are doing a great job. You've created a business that the community needed. I love that you guys have the color plates in biodegradable too, because I feel like often when you're throwing a party, you have to choose between being, eco-responsible and the fun and the color of it. So I love that.
Yeah. So I'm just giving you like a little quickie tour.
So
we just got our puppy
cute.
collection in too. If anyone wants to celebrate their dogs or have we have so much more. We just kind of like get it out. We have a
I love you had those gaming controller plates, because when my boys were little, they literally lived in the basement playing video games. So I really gravitated towards those.
That's customizable.
And this is customizable. So you can change those numbers.
Oh, that's
and then
great.
That's the gamer one. We have superheroes.
Here's your baby. Here's your elder.
Elder millennial. Pink and glittery. So we have pirates.
We
tons
also
of balloons.
have gender reveal.
Gender reveal.
We can pre-blow up balloons with the colors, and we have the little.
And honestly, it's super exciting getting people's genders before anyone knows. Like I've never felt so privileged in my life than I did in that moment. So that's exciting. Okay.
All right. Well, Tilly's here to kick off our NOFO Live 5. She would like me to play a game while we do it. So, all right. We usually ask the same 5 questions of our guests at the end of every show. So I'm going to kick it off and say, if you guys were going to take us out to lunch or dinner, where would you choose to take us?
That's a tough one. Lunch or dinner? Well, I mean, dinner, I know where I would go, but this is my classic go-to.
Okay, that's what we want to hear.
Touch of Venice.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. Sit at the bar, have a dirty martini.
I just saw Noreen on here. Touch Goods was just on here. So,
I saw her.
can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. I actually also love sitting in their outdoor garden patio area in the season when they have live music. It's just, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. And I love Little Fish too.
Yeah, I also love First and South. I love it.
Yeah, that's
I am so addicted to her tuna burger. As soon as
It
I
is
walk in the door,
It's really good. It is really
I
good.
walk in the door, she knows. She's like, tuna burger. I'm like,
Oh, and lunch. Also Marissa. Main Road biscuit.
oh my God, yes.
I can have biscuits for life.
And her avocado toast.
Oh
is
yeah.
Wait, avocado what? Hold on, I haven't had that.
Avocado toast. You never had it?
No, because I can't get past her quinoa and salad with salmon on it. Like, you know how your go-tos, you just go to the same
So
thing.
delicious. It's got, you can put salmon on it comes with an egg.
Okay.
Or if you like it cooked, it's just so delicious. And it's so satisfying, I have to say.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have to walk away from the quinoa salad for next time and try that.
And the duck hash for anyone who's going. She's amazing.
Okay, Tracy, next time, instead of asking what restaurant, we're going to deep dive into the entire menu and be like, what on that menu? Oh my God, this is so fun. Okay, both of you are locals here. So sunrise or sunset, and what's your go-to spot?
I think sunrise is not like.
Yeah, I'm going to say sunset.
Mm-hmm.
And I love to go to any beach on the north side. Kenny's Beach is fine.
Kenny's.
There's a beach straight down from our house. I forget what it's called.
It doesn't
It's just
even need a name. That's the point. You can walk down to any beach, like you said.
It's on the north side for sunset. It's just amazing. And and every time I get to be blessed to have the time to do it, I feel so lucky to live here.
I like Kenny's because, like, especially with, like, I mean, little kids not so much, but, like, when the water starts to go out and if someone wants to be daring and do the rapid river thing, that's kind of fun. And then, but really, like, I just feel like the views are, like, unobstructed there. They're just, like, it's a good
And
spot.
It's a year-round spot. You can go even in winter and still catch it, because in some locations, as the sun moves, you may not see it over the water.
Yep.
Okay. Cocktail, mocktail, brewery, vineyard. Where might we find each of you?
Oh, cocktail.
Cocktail.
100% cocktail.
And are we at the bar at Touch of Venice? Like, where are you getting your cocktail?
Yes.
Any bar.
Yeah.
That's the first. Now, that's an answer we haven't gotten on the show. Any bar.
I really don't drink that much, but
we don't. But like when we like to drink, I'm a dirty martini gal. So literally anywhere that has a dirty martini. You know who makes a really mean dirty martini that I always keep forgetting? Evan over at
Bricks and Rye.
Bricks and Rye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Tracy, that's one of the things that Tracy and I have to do.
I
We have to
know.
show up there and have a NOFO Live cocktail. I don't know what it sounds like or looks like or mocktail, something. Evans, we need to connect with Evan, you know.
I think he does both. So
I'm big on trying. I love to see what their specialty drinks are, and I love to try them because sometimes they surprise me and it's so delicious. Like, wow, I have to remember this and ask for it somewhere else.
Well, are you still talking about Bricks and Rye or a different place?
Like anywhere you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
I see.
Whatever
I
their
see.
specialty
I
is.
love
Yeah.
to try their special because everybody comes up with something different.
oh, you know who had a good bar? I mean, this was like 2 years ago. I think I was there because I don't really socialize in the summertime. Was Low Tide Bar at
Oh, yeah.
The Halyard.
That's a great spot, especially with kids.
yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Sun-
Yep. Yes.
And a sunset.
All right.
Yeah.
So when you guys are not at your two jobs and you get a chance to cook at home, what farm stands are you hitting and what are you grabbing there?
I know. Country View.
Don't tell me you're grabbing the baked cake bread there.
You know what I actually grab there all the time that I'm obsessed with? The olive loaf. Because it reminds me of my grandmother's.
Yeah, the scent of whatever they're baking, whether it's almond, whatever, like that flour cake, like as I'm driving by, my car just goes right there.
Yes, yeah. I do Country View as well. And last summer I was bummed because the one that's closer to my house closed down early.
Yeah.
So I had to go to the other one, but I was like, okay. And I actually do go to, what is the other one? Oh my God. It's like slipping my mind. It's right on Main. They sell fresh eggs. They sell everything in there. It's like
Deep root?
Deep roots.
Okay.
I love deep roots too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Deep
such a
Roots is
fun
the one with the
experience.
big heart on the
Yes,
roof,
yes,
right?
because
Yes.
that's their last name. Their last name is H-E-R-T, so they
Oh,
put a big heart on the
I
thing.
did not know.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
excuse me.
But Deep Roots is such a wonderful experience to also go because it's a little shed and you drop your money there and you can walk around and pick up pretty much at any time and they have a freezer. So it's a really nice experience. And they only sell what they grow. So there's that.
I like that. And they have really nice meat. It's a little expensive for me, but it's very good.
Yeah, but it's like it's on. There's
there's nothing.
There's no chemicals.
Yeah,
there's no nothing.
they're grass fed. Everything's
Yeah.
grass fed.
Yeah.
So it's really, really good.
I thought you just said breastfed, and I was like, the
Oh,
meat is breastfed?
technically they are.
Can you tell I'm in mommy mode?
You're
Anyway,
you're not in elder
no,
millennial mode for sure.
no, no. Okay, so Tilly is serenading us all, but while she does that, what what do you guys love about being a part of the North Fork community?
There's so many.
I know there's so many reasons. So, well, I grew up in Queens. My husband grew up in Brooklyn. So we are very lucky to be out here because where we grew up, it was so many people, it was so crowded. Out here, it's quiet. You know, people welcomed us into their fold so easily. Like we made so many friends out here. I feel like we have a better social life out here than we actually did where we were from. Because we were from Belmore. We both lived in Belmore together after we came from the city. And I really feel like we have a better social life because people are more open out here. I think in the city, everybody's too busy. Even in Belmore, people are too busy. Everybody's so into their own little thing and they just want to get away from people. But here, I feel like you crave people because there's less people. So we're going out all the time, Friday night, Saturday night. We're always getting together. We have potlucks. We're having cocktails. In the summer, forget it. It's like Cocktail City. It's great. We have a really different life out here, and I can't imagine being anywhere else. But I miss my boys.
Yeah,
Because they're far.
Like I grew up in Ridge. All those who are in Eastern Suffolk know where that is, but most people don't. But it's right next to Calverton. It's a really small town. And I think since I always grew up in a small, like I like it out here, it was always natural. I mean, everybody, like the only job you could get was really like Tanger. Like that was like when Tanger was first built. And I went to Mercy for a little bit too, in the mix of junior high school. And so I was always like socializing with someone or multiple people out here. And then I lived in Riverhead with my ex-husband. And I helped to volunteer at the fire department because he was a volunteer firefighter there. So I did a lot of stuff for the community. I worked for Tom Romansky in the summers on his farm off of Edwards Avenue, right in Calverton. And and then my ex-father-in-law was a large commercial fisherman out here. So I was always just very involved out here. And then when I met Big Ralph now, my husband, when he was from Nassau. So I did live in Nassau for like a hot moment. I think it was like a year, but when we first started dating. But I always just felt better being out here. So when we had the opportunity to start a new business with Nicolette's out here and mold it to this business concept that I had, it was easy for me to fall back into the fold of it out here, and naturally had a lot of connections, and then they just literally just expand. You guys know, it just expands so fast, and like it's Long Island too, so everybody knows everybody, and it's like whatever. But like, so I like the small town feel. I like that Ralphie can walk to school. I like going to the grocery store and knowing people's names. I like just that sense of just community. I mean, because when things go wrong in people's lives out here, everyone rallies so well, and it reminds me of the town I grew up in too. Like that's how it is in Ridge. Everybody knows everybody. Whereas in like Farmingdale and stuff, like when things go wrong, yeah, like because Ralph grew up in Farmingdale. Yeah. It's different. Like it is like you have a bigger community space, but like the likelihood that no one really knows you personally is like just greater. And so, that is what I love out here. And I'm also now on the economic development committee for the town of Southold. So really having that extra involvement in the community is really, really important to me.
Well, I know that I want to give a shout out. I'm assuming it was Tracy. Did you guys meet on Instagram as well early on? Because I know you mentioned
Sort of.
NOFO
We met.
Kelly,
So
and
I
did,
met Kaylin on Instagram. She told me because she loved Ray Dunn stuff, and I was
you
posting about it at
were
Whole
doing home
Goods.
decor. Yeah.
And she said this new store is opening in Nicolette's, and I came into the opening of the store as an influencer. and and I met Amanda, and we just like hit it off and couldn't stop talking. And the next thing I knew, Kelly and Kaylin and Amanda and I were out to dinner, and the rest is history of the
Well,
NOFO Girl Gang.
Then the NOFO Girl Gang was born.
Exactly.
Kelly and I went to high school together. She was a year younger than me, but it was like just like full circle, like small world community, how we are now. And
I mean, who needs Kevin Bacon? Because we don't even have 3 degrees of separation. It's like, you know.
No, Long Island is literally 1 degree.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, like you said, the community just snowballs, and that's a theme that we hear every Friday, and it's beautiful to be reminded of it each week. And I hope that it inspires others that are looking or moving here to feel okay that once you're making that change in your life, that it's going to be okay here, because we're all sort of been through that journey and come out the other side, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, I think Ralph was, when we first moved out here, he was apprehensive because he's just so only used to like
Being
Nassau
around
life.
a lot of
The
people.
life you know, you're comfortable in the life you know.
Yeah,
It's true.
and now he can't figure out
For
anymore.
us too, I was a little afraid to be here full time because I was like, oh my God, we're going to be so disconnected from everything. But I feel more connected here. It's so odd. Like we didn't plan on moving here full time, probably for like 5 to 7 years. But when all of my kids like left home and we had this giant house with just the two of us, we decided, you know what, let's just do it now. And it was the best move we made. Like I said, I miss my boys because they are far. One is in Jersey, one is in Hicksville. It's not that bad, but and then
Okay, don't tell me about
Yeah.
far. My 3 are all over the country. So.
oh my God, that's far. That's crazy.
Well, I do think that there's something about all of us are so connected to our actual surroundings, the earth, the sea, the water, all of that. And that's a way that connects us as well. So, and I think when you're living in a more populated area, there's less of that.
There is.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
kind of feel like out here it's so easy to be connected to because no matter which way you turn,
Hmm.
there's whether it's trees, the beach, a path, an animal, there's deer in my yard and I love that. I love living here and feeling that every day.
It's you get a chance to savor the simple joys that when you're living in a busier place you don't.
Yeah.
So,
So
well, thank you, ladies. We could continue this conversation for a whole hour. But I wanted to say I love the name of your store because it just evokes like, okay, let's have fun. I love the name Party
Yeah.
Animals. So good job on that. And thank you for bringing such a fun vibe. I love the tour, by the way. I
Yeah.
loved how you panned the whole camera. It's such a beautiful, inviting store, and I encourage everybody to stop in and have a party. Enjoy your life.
Thanks,
Okay.
girls.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Have a
being
good
on.
Friday,
Happy
everybody.
Friday, everyone.
Bye.